Flosstube, it's Kerry and Stitches. It's Friday the 3rd of January and this is Flosstube number 60. Happy New Year. I hope you all had fantastic Christmases or have had a lovely, what do they call them, holiday, if you don't celebrate. So I hope it's been good for you. I hope the weather's been kind. It's just well, it's actually really been ridiculously mild over Christmas. A bit wet at times, but yeah, sun shining, blue sky. Yeah, so it's most unlike England in January. I'm recording this in front of my stitched Christmas tree. Well, obviously I haven't stitched the Christmas tree, with my stitched ornament tree before I take it down. Yeah, so it's really weird. I'm kind of, where the tree is kind of in a bit of a kind of walkway between the in the dining room, between the living room and the kitchen. So it's kind of very odd. I pretty much have the staircase in front of me. The staircase is sort of just here, so it's all kind of, yeah. The kids are home. I've just had a block in the dining room. Sorry. So I may be editing if people walk through. I may just carry on the conversation. Who knows? Yeah, lots sat eating lunch, writing thank you notes, and watching Harry Potter. Tom has probably got something to do with Pokemon. So I have literally piles around me. This is what happens when you leave it 3 weeks between videos and you have Christmas and 2 weeks off work. Still off work. 18 days I had. That was wonderful. Actually, I have more time off than the kids. So, yes, I have been bragging about it. So, if any of you are friends with me on Facebook, you'll know why. Well, you'll know that, so. Right. So, I'm going to do a very, very quick kind of year review. I also have 2020 plans. I'm not doing a whip parade because I did that in September, October, and not a lot has changed since then. So I will do a quick review, made some notes. And then we'll do some FFOs and some whips, and then we'll just see how the hour goes, because it's going to be an hour. Anywho, so 2019, I had 60 or 61 finishes, I'm not sure. I was looking through, I counted 60 yesterday, the photos I posted to Instagram and to Facebook. But then I looked through this morning and I think, I did another It's You, so that's not in there. Anyway, so I make it 61 finishes, 13 of which were tiny biscornu, 5 were regular biscornu, including one I designed myself, and ones where I adapted several patterns because I just can't stitch anything right proper. I stitched 6 It's You I Like from Diana and Michelle, and I finished all of my 2017 whips. Okay, I discovered some new designers, Blue Flower, of course Bendy Stitchy, Somehow Stitchworks, I just wrote the initials down and I had a blank then, and Chessie and Me. I stitched my first, hello Trouble, I stitched my first Blackbird designs and ink circles. I completed both sessions of Stitch from Stash in the black. January to June I did 117, and this one that's just finished in December, £195 in the black, which in real money is, out of my £20 budget, I still had £36.68 left over, which I'm pretty impressed by. It doesn't include though my magazine subscriptions or my Fabric of the Month clubs. So, although in December it did, because I've changed from Chromatic Alchemy to Sparklies. So there's that. Out of my 2019 goals I set, I finished Main Street, I got more than 600 subs. I sprinkled Stitchy Kindness. I did Stitch from Stash successfully, and I found my sewing machine pedal. I discovered I'm not very good at keeping up with my journal, so this year I've simplified it so much. I haven't had my machine serviced yet, and what was the other one I didn't do? Oh, just looking back quickly. 2019. One start for 2 finishes, didn't do that. Although I had 60 finishes, I'm not going to complain. And they were some big finishes. And I didn't actually stitch that many ornaments. I wanted my Christmas tree, and actually I'm pleased with how it turned out because it doesn't look overly sparse. So, yeah, all in all, it was a good stitch year. I'd wanted 75 finishes, but obviously not doing things like ATCs, that kind of, if I'd carried on with doing ATCs for the rest of the year, I probably would have had, actually I did ATCs for 3 months. Yeah. I reckon if I give myself a, so I did 3 ATCs that I haven't included, so finished ATCs, or maybe it's 2. Maybe 12 finishes short of my goal, which was 75, which was quite a lofty goal. I can't find what I did in 2018. I think I had something like 68 in 2018. I didn't apparently make a note, or nothing with it. It's got a big number that said, in 2018 I finished. So, hence me doing a quick scribbled review page, so at least I can look back and, yeah, check. So, sorry, notification. I don't switch them off because I'm rubbish like that. Yeah, lots of ums today. I'm clearly out of habit. Right, so that's my review. There you go, that's a quick one. Might get Andy to put in the, we'll put in my 2018 finishes at the end. Slideshowy jobby thingy. Making a note. 2019. So you know that thing where you go into the new year and you will still write the previous year? No, I've taken to writing 2018. Because apparently I'm losing my marbles. Right then, so finishes. I've still got this cough, can't shift it. So I will be drinking throughout my Flosstube as I normally do because I'm having coffee with friends. I've got nowhere to put it. So I have a pile here, a pile on the chair here, a pile on the edge of the table here, giveaways under the chair, plans under the table. It's like crazy. Normally I have this one small table that I use, and maybe if I'm recording in the living room I use the arm of the sofa for the giveaway. It's never, I never need this much space, let's put it that way. Right, you want some FOs. Right, that needs to go into that pile, that's in the wrong place. So, let's do these, shall we do? Ah, there we go. Right, so I was stitching the cross stitcher cell and changed the fabric, and then decided I was going to do them as individual ornaments for my tree. So, I am so out of it. So there's the first 2. So yeah, separated them. I probably could have done with making extra borders, but I wasn't going to make myself extra work. They've got all the beads and buttons on, extra beads at the top because they were supposed to be French knots. Ain't got no time for that. That was all beaded actually. That was supposed to be like that. I think I added in green beads to that, the ones you sent me, Sharon, because there was a mixed bag of beads to make the garlands, and there was no green. Green's my favourite colour, so I put those in too. And then there's the last one. we had a debate on whether I would date it, and I figured I probably would. And again, red beads for French knots. So super pleased with those, and I make those up into ornaments in the next FFO weekend, or not. I'll make them. I've got a year. Well, 11 months. So these have all been finished in the last 3 weeks. Don't ask me when. I can tell you when 2 were. I'm not sure about this one. So, oh, let's put something behind it. So this is Blackbird Designs stocking from the Home for the Holidays book. This is just my working copy. So, I just stitch it on 36 to scale it down a bit. There we go. So there's that. I did change some of the colours because I didn't have them, so I stitched that from stash using brick, cayenne and baked apple. Okay, so basically what I did was, it should have been gassed cherry bark, but it should have been brick and baked apple. And I just swapped them around a bit because the colour gradients, to get the colour, yeah. I did my own thing. It's a similar, if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't have known. Really pleased with that. That was my first Blackbird Designs. And the more I see Blackbird Designs, the more I'm seeing the appeal. I was a bit kind of like, didn't really like. I suppose the first time I was aware of Blackbird Designs was, like properly aware, was the 'Tis the Season. And I was always a bit kind of like, about that one. So, and then I saw somebody show in Home for the Holidays, I saw somebody show the stocking, and I was like, no, I like this. I'd always liked the stockings, but it kind of, because they'd gone out of print, I'd written them off as never going to get them, don't think about them. And it may have been a little pang of joy. So I first saw them when Linda Jo first was stitching them in her Flosstubes 1, 2 and 3 or whatever it was. And then when Melanie Smith Yarns and Threads was stitching them last year, I was like, I do like those. I do like those a lot. But kind of, I'd written, so I'm never going to get them. So when I saw these, I thought, well, that's going to be the best chance I'm going to have of doing a stocking, Blackbird Design stocking. So I will do all 5 of these. Will I do them this year? I don't know. It didn't actually take that long in the end. I think it probably took me 5 days. And it's stitched on 36 count raw linen. I've got nowhere to put anything. Back on the table you go. Then 28th of December, I decided that 28th, 29th, yeah, might be the 29th, in fact, probably was the 29th, 28th, doesn't matter, really doesn't matter. I decided I could get Where There Are Bees done. Well, I was going to give it a good go anyway, and gave myself, I had 1900 stitches left on it. So, Prairie Schooler, Where There Are Bees, one of my older whips. Still love it. It was just the, I don't know. It was the one that never got, if it got brought out, it only ever got brought out for a day. So, anyway, so I decided I was going to finish it. It's stitched on something fabric flare. Don't ask me what, it was in a grab bag. So in the called for colours, Cool DMC, and there's my finish. Super pleased with that. So yes, I did manage to do it. I stitched on average 600 to 800 stitches for 3 days. Crazy number of stitches. And then Cheryl in the Daily 30 group dropped them the next lot of challenges, and I made every single one fit it, apart from one, because then I was running out of stitches, so, or 2, because I was running out of stitches, and I'd already done about 700 on it, so when they dropped. So pleased with that. That'll be framed. That'll fit in a regular frame. It's fantastic. Don't have to. So I am going to frame that one, and I know where it's going to go. It's going to go in our hall. So what happens when you finish that at 7 PM on Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve? You think, I think I'm going to have a new start. You do. But you think, can I get it finished before midnight? That's my challenge. No, I can't. 12:45. So this is a blackbird design stocking. This is the Auld Lang Syne from the January stockings were hung with care. And I changed the colours. Well, I didn't. Yes, I did. I did change the colours. It's a similar... Let's find the chart. It's similar sorts of colours. There we go. Oh, I'm completely out of practice with this. So the only of the kind of red, which was a different colour, I have changed the colour, was just in the heel. So, and everything else was charcoal. Well, was whatever it said it was. Can't remember. Onyx. So it should have been cherry bark and onyx. I'm gassed. And I did blackberry, and then I did the top border, and I also did the flower. And then I used charcoal for the words and the little flowery things, and the flower pot. And then I also put in a tiny bit of green for the stem and stalk, which was blue spruce from all weeks, all done from stash. So those are my colours for it, and I'm going to keep those three, so when I do some of the other January stockings I can incorporate the colours. So I'll probably keep the blackberry for this because I don't know what that one is. Blackberry for... Okay, they're all different colours. Just checking. Yeah, they're all different colours. So, but I might try and just keep a theme going through and just try and use some of the same colours. So I'm going to keep those all together. Stitched on 36 count ivory something or other, which was a gift in the Stitchy wish list from Sharon. So yeah, so a quick sip of my drink. So those were all my finishes to today. Well, so much stuff. Honestly, I have a small box that I keep all my my Flosstube box. So anything I finish, stuff that comes in, just goes straight into the box, and it just helps me keep it all together. And the box sits quite snugly on a shelf in my in our cupboard, and I got to the point where I was having to push stuff in. Right then, whips. So, Shirl Tranquil Stitches Daily 30 group, which I absolutely love, a fabulous group. It is a closed group. We are not currently accepting new members at the moment because Shirl wants to keep it small and friendly. So, yeah, but it is a lovely group. We're doing a scavenger hunt for the year. So it's a challenge. It's not purely a challenge group. It's a nice little friendly cross stitch group, but there are challenges in it, or sales, or whatever. You know, the challenges. So we have weekly, monthly, and yearly. And this year's yearly one is a scavenger hunt. Weekly and monthly are taking on a very similar format to how they have done previously, where there's a theme or a topic. We're building a snowman in the monthly one. The weekly one is looking back through decades. So I will... Right, we're talking about Daily 30. I'm going to quickly run through. I don't usually do this, so if you're not interested. So, where there are bees, the decades were 1920s, 50s, 60s, 70s and 80s. So, okay. I'll come back to 1920s. 1950s. Tea, there we go. Tea bags first introduced into Britain by Tetley, 1953. 1960s, flowers. Flower power. The phrase flower power first coined in 1965. 77, the Royal Silver Jubilee. So we've got crowns on both sides there for the Silver Jubilee. 1980s. Oh yeah, 1980s. The oldest bear in captivity in Europe was born, Inca, in 1980, and she lived until 2019 at Dudley Zoo, which is about 45 minutes away from me. So there you go. And then the other two, 1920s, can't find it. 1920s. First recorded broadcast of Auld Lang Syne in Britain, 1924, New Year's Day in the Radio Times. I'm not saying it wasn't broadcast before that, but that's the first recorded one. There we go. And the other, so I did 200 stitches for that, and then I did 300 stitches on bonus, which was the Tell Me Something Else from the Decade You Were Born, first British Prime Minister in the UK. Try again. First female Prime Minister in the UK, 1979, and the Jam formed in 1972, who are my favourite band, in a town called Woking in Surrey, where my family are from. Well, they're not from there, they moved there. My auntie's from there. Yeah, there you go. So there you are. Random stuff. So that's what. So we also have a 30 minutes a day challenge, hence the title Daily 30. And for that, I have been working on, segue into whips, my Fuzzy Fox Gnome, which looks a bit like this when I can find the chart. I've been stitching on this for ages. I had the bright idea to stitch it over one on 28 count because I must have lost my mind. I found a really cute little red metal sleigh last Christmas before, whenever I started this, 2018. Yeah, I started in December 2018 and knew that that's what I wanted to put it in, hence scaling it down. So there he is. We won't look at the back. The back is horrendous. It's just so messy. His arm went completely wrong there. I may have to rip that out and redo it. I may not. So pretty much I had about his hat done. So I've done the rest of his hat and his two arms. Totaling about 150 stitches on him in 2 days, in 30 minutes. It's not bad. In an hour, sorry. So I need to work on this today actually before 5 PM today. Well, actually I think it's 10 PM for me, but so I need to put my 30 minutes in on him, which I should do after I've recorded this. But it's great because I looked at that and thought, another week doing daily 30, I can finish him. So that's kind of my plan, is to pick a whip out of the 12 I have, excuse me, from 2020, 2019, and just roll through those. I don't want to carry any whips over into 2020, so into 2021 from 2019. Oh, good grief. Right, what have I been working on? So, Daily 30 challenge, the scavenger hunt. There is a list of 50 items that we have to photograph with. My Instagram might get really weird this year, so if you want a laugh though, just follow the hashtag. I'm going to put it at the bottom of the screen, which is hashtag Daily 30 scavenger hunt, to see stitching with weird things. There we go. Not all weird. I mean, there's one of my mum's dog with my stitching. There's also one of a lovely, beautiful sampler with an onion. So, you know, it's fun. So I've been working on, we had to nominate 3 whips. So I nominated Needles Dance, which with these ones that we really wanted to get some serious progress, not necessarily finished, but serious progress. I'm going to cough again. So, just trying to look. We had to pick 3 whips that we wanted to get some serious progress on, and I picked Needles Dance, Elizabeth Shepherd, and Peace on Earth. There we go. Yeah, those 3. So there's no, you know, it's not work on one then work on another. You can work the stitches however it's 2 or 300 stitches per prompt. So do the maths. Considerable progress. So Needles Dance, that's what it is. Love the design, not so fond of the linen, not restarting it. Oh, that's a bit see-through. Let's just go with that. There we go. So since you last saw it, since my whip parade, I've done all of this green vine with the flowers coming off and the flower down the middle, and now I get to rip out all those leaves there and stitch them 1 stitch lower. 70 stitches. Hey ho! Well, actually I'm going to finish off the next 20 stitches I have to complete the next time, and then I'm going to rip them out because I'm not going to do lots of photos. It's easier to do it that way. So in my shell bag. Okay, so yeah, that's the treasure hunt. So just in case you're wanting to know what my other 2 whips, I can't remember it. So we've got Elizabeth Shepherd, Scarlet Letter. This is a 4 week. So as you can see, it's Elizabeth Shepherd 1820, hence me wanting to get it done in 2020. This was a gift from, or I'll pass the sash from my friend Jo. I am just doing it in DMC because at that time I didn't really get silks, didn't really have them in the budget. Kind of kicking myself now because I could have got silks for you, but I wasn't repeating. That's where I'm at. Yeah, that's the right way. And it's on 32. Oh, is it 32? No, because apparently I label things like Elizabeth Shepherd fabric. I think it's on 32 count Belfast linen. Because apparently I just write notes on envelopes. Yeah, so there we go. And while we're here, I've had it. I might as well show you where I'm at with Peace on Earth by Cottage Garden Samplings. Is that one? I don't know where I'm at with this one. About halfway maybe. No, less than halfway. Maybe. So I've just started on the snowbank. But then I have all those snowflakes to put in. I should be sick of 60 mind. Let's say I'm a third done. I can't remember if there's any reason why I picked those 3. Needless Dance was because actually I'm loving stitching on it at the moment. Even though I've got a frog this, it's just, I don't know, it's just come together, so that was good. Can't think of words there, it's gone. Peace on Earth's another one where I stitched for 1 day on it and then I didn't pick it up again for months. So, and Elizabeth Shepherd, I kind of made a conscious decision. I did stitch on it last year. Kind of made a conscious decision midway of the year that actually 2020 was going to be the year of Elizabeth Shepherd, and let's get some of the other big ones out of the way this year, like my cityscape I did in Main Street. So I got those 2 out of the way and then thought that's my big focus for this year, is to get that done. And roughly if I can do a motif a month, then it's perfectly doable. So right, so I told you lots about Daily 30. There you go. So it is a closed group though, so terribly sorry. Sounds like fun, doesn't it? It is fun. I do love being in it. It's a really great group. Right, I am going to go through my rather large pile of gifts and got magazine flip throughs. Let's go for it. Should we go for it? Yes, let's go for it. Okay, so I was blessed to have some lovely Christmas cards from Stitchy people. I did take part in the Day 30 Christmas card exchange, of which I'm now throwing cards on the floor. So, yep, all these lovely Christmas cards, plus the 2 that went on the floor. Oh, Fleming, it's terrible. And I'm going to show the handmade ones from my friend Laura. So, from my friend Lauren. From my friend Steph. I'm going to try and prize those off and put them on my crochet tree, you know. Yes. This one from Laura, from the group. Another handmade one. See, that's why I got Lauren and Laura muddled up, because I knew I'd had 2 handmade cards. Hello Trouble. And this one from Lindsay, who also sent me some DMC, because she was very kind. And I got a Bee Sisters card. Oh. And then the cards are thrown on the floor. Card from Dawn. And the card from Sharon, which I think I've shown before. I can't reach it now. So, down there. But I can't get my hand down the table without knocking the table over. So
I can go for the name.
It's a Christmas card. It's really not worth it, lot. But thank you for your kind offer. Right. Lottie's doing a strange dance in front of me involving pulling up her pyjama bottoms. Yes, she's in her pyjama bottoms. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Right. I was gifted some lovely...
I'm poorly.
She's poorly-ish. So I am going to go through my Christmas gifts. All the stitching and craft related ones. So hubby brought me... You've already seen... Oh, it is there. Why, there were only 4. Only sewed one. May, April, June. Yes, it's alright, I'm losing my marbles. So I've got all of Blackbird Design stockings now, apart from March, which Sue at Peakside, because she is amazing, didn't have on a website, but managed to find one that she still had in stock that wasn't on her webpage, because I emailed and asked if she knew when she was going to get back in stock, because I wanted to use her first before I started trying to shop around for it. And she found one, and she's going to send me an invoice this week for it. Yay, I have them all! So I would like to try and do one a month. It's not going to happen, but I'd try. Tiff got a couple of things in D-Stash and popped these in the post to me. Paris Schooler and... I haven't seen them. Yeah, I think they came the other day. But they came when we were going... Oh, Tiff, I'm sorry I haven't sent you a message to say thank you. I just realised, because the post arrived just as we were going out the door to the dentist, and then it completely slipped my mind. Yeah, I love this. It's got some satin stitches and leaf stitch in it, so I'm looking forward to... Beehive, yeah. I'm looking forward to just having a go at the specialty stitches, because my satin stitch is terrible. And I love Paris Schooler.
You only use beads for that.
No, satin stitch you can't use beads. French not to use beads for.
Yeah.
Is that what you meant? The wonderful Dawn Frosty X Stitch sent me this little kit to do for Lot, which it is very similar to Sherbet with the Lot. You are Lot. Similar to our hamster Sherbet, the sort of colouring and the ears.
And the eyes.
Yeah, hamsters have eyes. So it's really, I've not done, it's a Russian kit. I've never done one of these before, so it's all...
That's what Sherbet looks like, but maybe a tiny bit darker.
Tiny bit darker Sherbet, yeah. And some cute bee counting pins. And a red work embroidery book. So, my embroidery skills are a bit lacking. Lottie, why are you dancing in front of me? But I do love those hearts. And there are some really nice snowflakes in here, which I really like, if I can find them. Oh, and it's got bees and things, which are cute.
I see the hamster.
Oh, well, she's probably realised I'm making a Flosstube, so she's coming out to make a racket.
No, she's sleeping. Oh, I think that's the hamster.
Oh, there you go.
No, it's not.
Snowflakes. So yeah, so that's really cute. Somewhere along the lines, I've mentioned to Mum that I quite fancy having a go at lino cutting. I'm sure this was a passing comment. So for Christmas I got a lino cut kit.
Who's from?
Nanny. And a book. It's a very good book actually. It's a search press, so it's got some really cool ideas, and you know, different ideas. So it's a good book. So at some point I'll be having a go at that. It looks quite complicated. My friend Steph sent me a lovely treasure trove of goodies, in which I also have put my things that I had from the lovely Mel. So Mel sent me a new diamond painting.
What is it? Oh.
Giraffe. If I can get the elastic band off it. That's okay, look. Okay. Why didn't you go and find your hamster that you had for Christmas?
It's the bottom of my Christmas bag.
So I had a diamond. Oh, there we go. That's what it looks like. It is very cute.
I haven't seen it. Have you showed your other giraffes?
Not yet. Give me a chance. But I'm going to... You know, I bet this was rolled up the whole time like that, and I could have just done that. I bet it was. I bet it was.
I think it was.
Probably was. Never mind. Anyway, so there's that. So my friend Steph sent me, and I had some beads and thread and things from Mel, and she also sent Lottie some beads and some thread.
Yeah, and a pen.
And a pen.
But I love a pen.
I suspect the beads and the threads will get accumulated into stash. So from friends, so Steph sent me some lovely little, always fills a box with some lovely bits and pieces.
And a cute Christmas cake.
Christmas cake, I couldn't see it. Christmas cake and coffee and bath bombs and hand cream and candles. And a little giraffe as well, because she knows I like giraffes. It's quite a word, you know, in fact. So I put all my things from Mel in here as well. Oh yeah, giraffe pen from Mel. And I had a bookmark and and I had a little giraffe from Mel, and who now needle minds, my needle minders. And Steph crocheted me this crazy giraffe, who is absolutely fabulous and lives on my shelf in the living room, which is currently set up.
I'll have a look for my shirt.
So you can go and find your hamster that you had made from Laurie. Right then. So, although not strictly Stitchy related, kind gift from Stitchy friends, and there was chocolate. There's all. Hello again. You've gone round. Chocolate. Sorry about the rustling. There we go. Right then. So that's the Christmas gifts done. Oh, and then I had some charts from the boutique from Daily 30. So this one, not because it's a dad chart, but I really like the specialty stitches and I have plans for that. I have an idea. And then these two just now, little ones. They're not that big. They are like 45 by 45, 41 by 41. But I do like just now charts, so they'll get done eventually. Okay. I had a Hobbycraft voucher for my sister-in-law for Christmas. So, Hobbycraft's terrible. I did have a good look around, picked up this was in the sale, just a little easel blackboard. So, fat quarter of 32 count Murano. Because that part of the reason for buying that was not, white's always good to have in your stash. And I do prefer 36 to 32 these days. However, if you want to keep keeping stuff like that in stock, buying it. Plus I had a voucher, so, and it was no dearer than any other one.
I'll go the other way.
You're going to go around the other way? Okay, lovely. I also brought a large piece of foam core, and well, here I finally picked up a frame for my sampler. There we go. Lottie wants to show you her crocheted hamster she had. Up. So this is made by my friend Laurie, who is Hippie Witch Crafts, and she is amazing. She crochets all sorts of weird and wonderful animals. We also have, so that's Lottie's current hamster Sherbet. We also have, she also has,
another hamster that died called Luna.
Yeah, her previous hamster Luna. We also have a crocheted version of her. So, but yeah. Sherbet Luna's got lots and lots of detail in her because of her markings. Sherbet's very much one colour. Excuse me.
Or like if you see her in real life, like she had like mix of all different browns, but it would be too hard to do that.
Yeah, she's very kind of, I don't know what the word is. So there we go. Right, let's crack on. I bought the new Blue Flowers Sleeping Bee design. Still haven't stitched Quilting Bee. We'll get there eventually. And we have, where are you off to now? Oh, you put your sherbet there, okay. And I'm going to film the magazine flip throughs as two separate videos, or as one separate video. I think that's probably best because I just realised that it's going to be, I've done all that, ridiculously long. So I'm just looking down charts. Okay.
What about the pink basket?
I'm going to the pink basket back now. I was just making sure I've done everything else. 2020 plans.
And last night we spent...
Yes, I spent about 3 hours sorting, kitting, tidying, sorting,
helping,
unkitting, rekitting. So, my 2020 basket of whips.
Right.
No, my 2020 basket of
O's?
No. Kitted up projects that I'd like to start in 2020. There we go, we get there in the end. This one's something else at all. And I also picked up this pack of embellishments, all flat backs, from Paper Chase for Christmas, because I thought they would make some really, really cool needle minders. What's the matter, look?
It doesn't really matter on Flosstube, but we have to go to Paper Chase.
Okie dokie.
Because we got our vouchers.
Well, yes, I know what you mean. But that's only like a money off voucher, isn't it? It's not like you've got a voucher to spend there. So, but I do want to pop in there. Yes, that's fine. Right, I have a voucher to spend in Paper Chase. So these are what I've kitted up for 2020. None of which have threads yet, but they've all got fabric.
No, some of them have threads.
Oh, some of them have got 1 or 2 threads if I had them in. And I made a big list. So I have kitted up Buzzy string and Snowy string.
I can probably.
And then you hold them.
They're good.
That's up a bit for Buzzy. That's it. And then you need to swap them over because, and there we go. There we go. So, okay, done. And I'm stitching them on 32 count Star Sapphire by Witchout, I think.
And they're both ABC ones.
They are. That's what I'm. Yeah, and I'm probably not going to go for call fours on those. I will probably just grab from with whatever colours. Okay. So we have, right. This is the only one where I'm not entirely sure about the fabric. And this is Chessie Me Let My Example Shine. And I adore the colours in that, absolutely adore the colours. So I have got a piece of oatmeal 35 count linen from Sparklers. Just, yeah, that's pretty true colour. It's a very kind of pale,
Cream.
beigey, cream sort of colour. That's done on Confederate Grey. I might try and get a piece of Confederate Grey. I haven't decided yet. But I wanted to put those with those. And it's also got a couple of threads to start to kick off the list. So, blackboard and caper. These are in no particular order. I have no idea when I'll start what, other than I will. Okay, Heartstring Samplery Coffee Drinker's Confession. And I am stitching this on a piece of Chromatic Alchemy that I can't get out and I can't get the tag.
I think there was coffee in it.
Yes. I don't have a problem with coffee.
I don't have a problem with coffee. I have a problem without coffee.
Sorry about all the crinkling, but the label's turned the other way. Okay, and this I'm going to stitch this on.
Is it 8?
No, 32 count Belfast in Midas by Chromatic Alchemy, and again just a skein of thread to start the list.
I think that's the only ones that have thread in them right now.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the other threads.
No. Okay, so Prairie Schooler Santa's House 20 Special Limited Edition 2010. And that's going to be stitched on, actually I'm not entirely sure what it is. It's a raw, I think it's raw, 32 count raw linen, could be wrong. Shannon can tell me that, that's because it was the piece that she sent to do stitching time on. And then we have Quilting Bee. And that's going to be on 35 count Barely Bronzed by Sparklers, which is actually a really lovely neutral. I can see me buying some more of that one. And is that? probably last. Well, not really last, but last. Monkey wrench. I've been saying I'm going to start this for a year. And
This is one of our favourites.
and it was the only one.
And the It's went on there.
Only one that made the cut from the basket that I didn't do last year. That's moved to 2020. Everything else got unkitted. So it's going to be on Crafty Kitten fabric in
What's that?
there, Fairy Forest. That's some notes I've obviously made at some point. With Silks for You silks. I've slightly brightened up the colours, but I'm super pleased with those colours. Yeah, that's fine. And Silks for You sent me a needle minder when I bought silks, so there we go. So that's going to be my... Well, I think it works quite well for a Quaker design. So there you go, that's okay, that's a good close-up Lottie, that'll do now. Okay, and then I've got, so still got the stockings kitted up, and I've done the 2 project bags. I need to put those into one. And my only other things I've kept in here, oh, that's an empty bag, are my Christmas ornaments book and the latest one. And I'm just gonna, I've got some, I'd like to try and maybe do a dozen ornaments. So
I'm gonna look for that.
you're gonna look through that, are you? So I've kept those, so they're there.
I remember you making this.
So that is my plans for 2020. Lee said 2018 again. Oh, should we have a giveaway? Let's have a giveaway.
Okay.
Can't get to the giveaway because I've just buried stuff on top. Lottie, 2 charts on the floor, chart books.
So today's giveaway are the 2 separates.
Yes, they're 2 separate ones.
So the first one is this
up
one.
a bit. So we've got a Joan Elliott Christmas chart book.
And if you want
She's
it,
actually...
should you put on?
Oh dear. Oh dear, lot. I'm trying to see if there was there isn't any pictures of. Oh, there's a, for example. Please enjoy. But it's Joan Elliott, so they're beautiful charts. So
So if you want this one, comment Christmas chart book.
sounds like a plan, lot.
Then the other one today is pretty
Springtime.
charts, and like again, if you want this one, put spring pretty.
Just put springtime chart book or spring chart book. Spring chart book to make it a bit easier. So spring chart book or Christmas chart book. And I'll over 18. I'll post anywhere in the world. Open until my next Flosstube. All that kind of stuff. Yeah. So right, I think we're going to leave that there, and then I'm going to do the magazine.
Yep.
I'll do the separate. I'll do both magazines in the same video. And I'll do those next. So stay tuned for the 2019 completed things slideshow. The only thing that will be missing will be the biscuit. Oh, that's not. I didn't count that one. That's 6 biscuit for Heather. That I did for Heather. Link is my homeboy. She still hasn't got her parcel, so
It is in the post.
it is in the post. Heather knows exactly where it is. It's at the post office because she got to go and pick it up because they missed it. She missed the delivery, and then they won't really deliver. So yeah. Yes, crazy. It's taken like 3.5 weeks to get there. So it's, yeah. Anyway, so actually I think one of my scissor fobs is still outstanding as well that I sent for the Daily 30 group. I must message Cheryl and ask her if she can chase it up. Yeah, so have a great stitchy fortnight, friends. I'll be back to my 2-week recording schedule. Happy New Year. Hope it's a great stitchy New Year and the year is what you want it to be. Happy stitching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.
Bye.
for watching my channel. Thank you for all the lovely comments you leave me, for the likes and the subscriptions. It really does mean a lot, and it makes it all worthwhile. Happy stitching!